You're doing good?
Yeah, doing great. So, how is your practice?
It was good. It's a bit tricky, a bit hard, but
Like yesterday, we explained the if-else conditions, and we had an example for
yeah, it's a bit
if-else,
tricky.
and I
Yeah,
asked you to
it's a bit
do the
tricky.
same. Tricky?
Yeah, it's a bit tricky, but I understand, but it's just a bit, the syntax is a bit tricky.
Yeah, okay, no problem. If you had an
Yeah.
issue, okay, you can share your screen with me. So we fix it before we start our next example. So yeah,
Okay.
you can share your screen now.
What is your thing? What?
All right, everyone.
Oh shit. There it is. Okay, sorry.
No problem, bro. Okay, bro, I'm with you now.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Yeah, so here you asked me about this program yesterday, and I told you just swapped the system.out_print with the scan line. Okay, I see you already fixed it. Second, inside here, inside the condition itself, you are comparing two hard-coded numbers, where you should compare the n, the integer variable that you received from the user, with another number. Like here, you are asking the user enter a grade. So expected the user will enter a grade and we will store it in variable n. Then we will compare the value inside n with another value and then decide what we're gonna display to the user, what we're gonna do. like, yeah, good job, or do more work. Like, we will compare n if n, for example, greater than 100, so yeah, it's a good job. If it's less than 100, yeah, do more work, please. But here you are comparing 90 and 100. And down here, comparing 90 to 700 or to 80. So these are constants, not a variable. Understand?
Yeah. So the mean.
Like the first condition, every time 90 will be less than 100. Like there is no chance like one time 90 will be greater than 100. Okay?
Yeah.
But if we use n instead of 90, one time user will enter 5. So we will store 5 in n. And when we compare n less than or equal 100, so n storing 5. So 5 less than or equal 100, yes, correct. Another time the user will enter 200. So we will store 200 in n, and again we will check if n, or the value stored in n, if it's less than or equal 100 or not. This time we store 200. So we compare 200 if 200 less than or equal 100. So this time it's false. But 90 less than or equal 100, every time it will be false. It will be true, because 90 is less than 100. You understand?
Anyway, I need to put n in there, right?
So you should replace 90 with n in each and every condition. That's first. Like that's first. Second, if else, okay, it has a block of code, like it has an opening and closing brackets. It has a body with the two curly brackets. We don't end if a statement with semicolon. So this is another mistake. Like we don't put semicolon for if else block, but we use curly brackets to create a body for our if else. And you already know how to use curly brackets. Delete the semicolon and replace it with curly brackets. We don't use semicolon with if else. Okay?
Curly bracket.
Brother, not in system.out.print. System.out.print is another thing.
Oh.
I'm talking about if else. Not like that, bro. Just replace the semicolon at the end with two curly brackets. And make sure the code What are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
I don't know.
You see line number 11 and line number 16? Line number 11 and line number 16. That's totally correct. Do the same here on line number 17 and line number 13, I need after the condition, we need opening curly bracket. And at the end of our code, there is a closing curly bracket. And in between, it's the body that will got executed if the condition is true. Just don't panic. Okay, just don't panic. Do you see this semicolon at the end of line number 17? Yes, this is the only problem. Just remove it and replace it with two curly brackets, one opening and one closing. Curly, two curly brackets. Okay, great. Now here in between these two curly brackets, we should put the code that we want to execute if the condition is true. First, hit a new line. So we will put our code in a new line. Yes, exactly. Here, this line number 18, we call it the if block, which is the body of the if else condition. Okay. All code in between these two curly brackets will get executed if the condition is true. Any code outside these two curly brackets, it's not a part of the if-else statement. Okay? You understand?
Yes.
Okay, great. So now put whatever code you want here inside this if-else, else-if body. Okay? And after you finish, please do the same for line number 13.
Exactly. What code?
Whatever code you want, like system.out.print, whatever you want.
Okay.
Okay, great. Yes, now here do the same, please. Great. Okay, good. And note that we are here inside the nested if else. So this is a nested condition. We will not pass by this condition. If the outer one is false, we will not go inside here. Just a note for you. And do you see line number 22? Yes, line number 22. I want to ask you, is it related to our if condition? Is it related to our if condition?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
No, yes, exactly. Because it's outside the else if body. If it's inside, it will be related, but now it's outside. So after we finish the execution of if else, this line number 22 will get executed 100%.
Okay.
Great. I hope you understand. Do you have any other question?
Yeah, chat.
If you have another question, please send it to me in chat.
Okay.
The in variable serves as a keyboard for the user. It's not as a keyboard. Like, it's a place where we store the input for the user. And this input should be of the type integer. So it's not like an open keyboard for the user where the user is free to enter whatever he wants. No. Just a place to store a value received from the user, and this value must be an integer value. Okay, because we defined n as integer variable. And we use a scanner.nextInt, so it should be integer. N can be anything, any integer number. Any integer number. If we want to change the data type, we should remove this integer and put another data type, like float, like string, like whatever, like Boolean.
Okay.
But here you declared n as integer. So the value stored in n must be integer. And here we store the value received from the user. So the user is restricted to enter integer value.
Should I run it now?
You understand? I hope you understand. Now just tell me if it's not clear.
What is this?
Okay, no problem if you need more practice. This is normal. You're still a beginner in programming, so don't rush. It will take some time for you to get used to it. No problem, no problem. Don't feel bad about it. If you still make mistakes or if you still don't really understand 100%, don't worry. And by the way, you don't have to memorize all the syntax. Like, better to understand, and then if you forgot some syntax, you can search for it. You can get back to our lessons. You can get back to your own code that you wrote previously. You don't have to memorize any code. You just need to understand the concept, which is more important.
Should I run it? Run the code?
What else? Let's run this program and then we move to next example. Okay, good. 7, because first you print the integer value, and then we got good job, and last we got to do more work, please, because do more work, please, will be executed, whatever the result of the condition. Okay, great. Let's move to next example. Please create a new class.
I made that one as well.
You have some problems here?
I made this one too.
Now you can run and show me. I feel like this one is much better. Like you did a good job in this one, I think. Show me the code. Because again you swapped system.out.print with scanner. So system.out.print should be before the scanner.nextInt, not after scanner.nextInt. So on line number 10 and 11, we receive the input from the user. And on line number 13 and 14, we are asking the user to enter his age. So it doesn't make any sense to swap this. Yes. Just make the system.out.print before using scanner.nextInt, not after. Like logically, if me and you were talking and I want to ask you about your age, I will say, how old are you? Then you will answer me, I am 35, right? So the sequence that I will ask you first, and then second, you will answer me. But for sure, you will not answer me before I ask you, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So you should ask the user first, and then the user will answer you. You're asking the user on line number 10 and 11 now, with the help of system.out.print. I say, how old are you? Or I ask the user, how old are you? How old were you before? Then the user will answer me on line number 14 and 15. Then I will receive the user's answer and store it in age and age2 variables. Okay?
Okay.
Once it's received, I can do some operation like what you did here on line number 20, and you did the condition correctly. Like you are comparing age with number 33. You are checking if age is bigger than 33 or not. If it's bigger than 33, so you will print how old are you. Else you are older than me. Great. So now run your program and you will get the expected result.
I'll show you. H2 is
Run your program again. Yes, age is useless. If you want to delete it, you can delete it. Now you are getting better. Now you can realize what is useless, what is useful, how you're gonna use it. You're getting better, bro. Okay, so you entered age number 1. Now it's your turn to enter age 2, which is useless, but we still should receive it. So enter age 2, enter any value for age 2. below 77.
Right. I'm sure I thought it was open.
Okay, so you entered 77 and 77 is bigger than 33. So you got, how old are you? If you tried again and you used a value which is less than 33, then you will get the other statement, which is you are older than me.
Okay.
Anyway, let's move to another one. I want you to create a new class, okay, that receive an integer value from the user. And then you should check if this value or if this number is a positive number or negative number or zero. And then display if this number is positive, you display positive number. If it's negative, you display negative number. Or if it's zero, you display zero. Great, 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 great. So first, we should ask the user to enter a number. And then we will receive the number from the user. After we receive the number, we will check if it's positive or negative or zero. And then we will display the proper message for the user and we are done.
Scan is
Yes, scanner, why you're worried? Brother, what are you doing?
right.
You used it correctly and then you deleted it. Like first, we should receive or we should ask the user to enter a number. We want to ask the user to enter a number. That's first step. So do you know how to ask the user to enter a number?
Scanner.
Hmm. Now what we're gonna do, displaying the message asking the user to enter a value, to enter a number. As I told you, first question and then you get an answer. But you cannot get an answer before asking a question. Just remember it. Are you married? Okay, it's a question, but I'm asking you to ask another question, which is to enter a number. So the question should be, can you enter a number? Or enter a number, please, whatever. Okay. So this is our message to the user. Once this message is displayed, the user will start entering a value. So here we're gonna receive the user input and store it in a variable. Now I'm asking the user to enter a number. So I'm expecting the user input to be an integer number. So I should declare a variable with a proper data type. Not scan2. Like, I want a meaningful name. I know I can give it any name, but I want it to be meaningful. Because if I call it scan2, it will be very confusing to you. Like scan is from type scanner, and scan2 will be from type int. So it will be very confusing. Yeah, okay, your year. No problem. Here I have the variable and I want, look how smart is IntelliJ, like it gave you many options. Yeah, exactly. Okay, great. Look how easy it is. Now we received the user input and we stored it in your year variable. Now using this variable, we want to check if the user input is a positive or integer or positive or negative number or 0. And of course, we will check using if else.
We do yes, maybe. No.
So we should check using if else condition. If the value inside your year is positive or negative or 0. Okay, good. Here we should put our first condition. We already have if. Here inside the brackets, we only write the condition, only the condition.
Which be
What are positive numbers in mathematics?
these.
What are you doing, bro? What is 25 and what is 15? I want to check if the value inside your year is positive or not. How I'm gonna do it? Think about it mathematically first. And then we will see how to do it in programming. Mathematically, what is a positive number? A positive number in mathematics is any number bigger than 0.
Okay. I can put any number, right? 2.
Again, I'm telling you, we need to check if the value inside your year variable, if it's positive or negative or 0.
Okay.
So we are checking here the value inside your year.
We don't. Right. 2 is greater than 60,000. Greater than.
Brother, you don't have to enter any number here. Just write the condition. Check if your year variable, yes. If the value is stored inside this your year, if it's positive number or not, yes. It will be positive number if it's bigger than 0. If the user entered the value which is a bigger than 0, this condition will be true. And then this block of code will be executed. Yes, exactly, this number is positive. Again, we need to check if this number is a negative number. What we're gonna do? Here you are making a mistake. Brother,